Hello and assalamu alaikum, and welcome to another information-packed episode of Double Click. I am your host, Jamila Ghafoor. I hope everybody is well and enjoyed the Easter break. I certainly did. Now for some little updates. Samsung Galaxy S8 pre-orders have started shipping, and the first complaints about the device have already started pouring in. Some Korean customers have been complaining about a reddish tint on the unit's display. Instagram adds hands-free selfie mode to Snapchat-style stories. There's more news on today's episode with our regular segments. So, without any further delay, let's get straight into the program. The Switch becomes Nintendo's fastest-selling system in history. Purges tens and thousands of fake accounts to combat spam ring. Snapchat denies claim CEO did not want to expand into poor India. Microsoft has laid Windows Vista to rest. We will continue our bumper guide to the most exciting, innovative and impressive new games of the coming year. Top gadgets of different sectors will be presented for you. We'll put the spotlight on the most popular apps and games of today's episode. This week, we will give you tips on ways to take faster screenshots in Windows 10. In our out-of-the-box segment, we will introduce to you the Xperia projector. 1 month ago, it was estimated that Nintendo had sold about 1.5 million units of the Switch console worldwide. Now, thanks to the NPD data cited by Nintendo of America, the House of Mario was officially proclaimed. Nintendo Switch is selling faster in its launch month than any other video game system in Nintendo history. Nintendo said it sold 906,000 units of the Switch in March, and it stressed that it has managed to achieve this milestone in a non-traditional month of the console launch. The Nintendo Switch has become the fastest-selling game console in the Japanese company's history, according to sale figures of Europe and North and South America. Nintendo has not revealed worldwide sales for the console, but in its first 2 days on sale, it surpassed even the Wii on both Europe and American regions, which covers the US, Canada, Mexico, and Latin America. The Switch, which went on sale on Friday, is a tablet-style console that can be played both on televisions and on the go. It had been criticized for a high price and a weak roster of launch titles, but widespread queues and sold-out stores suggest strong demand. A spokesman confirmed that European sales had been at a record for any Nintendo hardware, while the head of Nintendo America told the New York Times that sales on Friday and Saturday in America had surpassed that of even the Wii, which went on to sell more than 100 million consoles. Official sales data will be made available when the company reports full-year financial results expected towards the end of April. Shares in the company have risen by 8% since Friday morning. The company has said synchronizing issues may have been caused by playing the console next to computers, smartphones, or other electronics. Head of Nintendo America added that the new Zelda title had become the fastest-selling launch title in Nintendo history, outselling Mario 64 2 decades ago. Facebook has purged tens of thousands of fake accounts from its platform as part of an ongoing bid to dismantle a sophisticated global spam operation. The worldwide crackdown in unauthentic likes and comments was launched on Friday, and Facebook's security team confirmed the steps on Saturday in an official blog post attributed to Shabnam Sheikh, a technical programs manager. That said, the platform had been working to disrupt a single network for 6 months. Facebook said on Friday it is taking action against tens and thousands of fake accounts in France as the social network giant seeks to demonstrate it doing more to halt and spread the spam as well as fake news, hoaxes and misinformation. The Silicon Valley-based company is under intense pressure as government across Europe threatens new laws unless Facebook moves quickly to remove extremist propaganda or other content illegal under existing regulations. Social media sites, including Twitter, Google's YouTube and Facebook, also are under scrutiny for their potential to be used to manipulate voters in national elections set to take place in France and Germany in the coming months. In a blog post, Facebook said it was taking action against 30,000 fake accounts in France, deleting them in some but not all cases. It said its priority was to remove fake accounts with high volumes of posting activity and the biggest audience. Accounts appearing to be operated by people in Bangladesh, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, and a number of other countries that liked and commented on publishers' pages were found to be part of the same coordinated operations. Sheikh said the accounts had been created not in mass but through more sophisticated means in an attempt to diagnose the link between them. Proxies were used to diagnose their true location. These actions by Facebook follow moves the company has taken in recent months to make it easier for users to report potential fraud amid criticism of the social network's role in the spread of hoaxes and fake news during the US presidential elections. Snapchat is facing public relation crisis in India. The world's fastest growing smartphone market after allegations, its founder said the app was only for rich people and he did not want to expand into poor countries like India. The remarks allegedly made by Ivan Spiegel in 2015 meeting are contained in a recently unsealed complaint by Anthony Pampiliano, a former employee of Snap Inc., who was fired after working for social media company for 3 weeks in 2015. He is now suing Snap Inc. in a Californian court for trying to destroy his career and reputation. Anger has boiled over among social media users over allegations by a former employee, which Snapshot strongly denies that its CEO once dismissed India as a poor country that wasn't a priority for the app. The claims emerged last week when documents were made public from a lawsuit by a former employee against Snapchat's parent company, Snap. The ex-employee Anthony Pampoliano was fired in 2015 after only 3 weeks at the company. Snapchat, which has about 4 million users in India, was called the allegations ridiculous. Obviously, Snapchat is for everyone. It's available worldwide to download for free, the company said. But that denial failed to blunt the anger of many Indians on Twitter and Facebook, where the hashtags like #boycott_Snapchat and #uninstall Snapchat were trending at the weekend. The platform's rating in the Apple Store has also fallen to 1 star after poor reviews. A similarly named India e-commerce company, Snapdeal, appeared to be caught in the crossfire, its founder having to post on Twitter on Saturday that it was a different company and had no association with the alleged remarks. On the 11th of April, Microsoft closed down Windows Vista. That means it will no longer be supported with security updates from Microsoft. So if you find yourself with a machine running Windows Vista, you should look at upgrading it to a newer version of Windows in order to stay secure. Windows Vista was released in 2006 with glitches and bugs, and overall performance of the OS was quite awful on the hardware available at the time, when dual-core CPUs on the PCs were only becoming popular. Microsoft is bidding farewell to Windows Vista. More than 10 years after its first debut, support for Windows Vista ends on the 11th of April, meaning users will have to move to a more recent version of Windows to remain secure. It's the end of an era for an operating system that arrived late to the market with widespread criticisms. Codenamed Longhorn, Windows Vista was originally supported to revolutionize Windows with a new file system and user's interface. Microsoft development of Longhorn spiraled out of control, and the company was forced to reset its plans and focus on shipping a stable version of Windows in the middle of its development phase. Microsoft had an ambitious idea for Windows Vista in the years leading up to the release, including a new Windows Future Storage (WinFS) file system. Windows Vista also introduced a new Arrow user interface, known as Windows Arrow or Arrow Glass. It gave Windows Vista an entirely new look and feel by turning windows into panels of glass with blurred borders. A sidebar provided quick access to widgets, and the Start menu was tweaked to focus on a new way to search within Windows Vista. Microsoft also built a Flip 3D feature that would render the live contents of Windows in 3D view. It was designed to be a better version of Windows Alt and Tab, but graphically intense view meant it was rarely used in practice. Windows Vista might have helped set out foundations for modern Windows that people now enjoy, but it will be forever remembered alongside failure like Windows ME and Windows 8 as yet another operating system that consumers disliked. So farewell Windows Vista. Now it's time for the astonishing video games that 2017 have for us in store. Will this be an extraordinary year? Let's continue our latest episode search and find out about some upcoming games in 2017. Overland. Another post-apocalyptic survival game, this time a turn-based strategy set in the aftermath of an alien invasion. Players must manage small groups of survivors as they travel across the country, looting burned-out cars, fighting monsters, and just keeping each other alive. The simple mechanics hide it tactically complex challenge filled with difficult decisions and horrible sacrifices, incredibly engrossing. Persona 5. Persona series from Atlus has always achieved cult success in the West, and finally the latest installment is set for the international release after a successful launch in Japan last year. Once again, a dark role-playing adventure set in Tokyo school filled with superpowered students and supernatural enemies.
What the hell have you...
Prey. Billed as a robot of acclaimed 2006 sci-fi shooter, Prey is the first-person adventure set aboard a space station seething with alien monsters. Created by a team behind the Dishonored titles, it's a similarly deep, highly systematic design, allowing players to choose their own tools and abilities to explore and defeat the hostile environment as they see fit. Red Dead Redemption 2. Announced to mass global frenzy of excitement in October, little is yet known about this sequel to 2010's masterful Western adventure, except a huge open world populated by merciless gunslingers and an interconnected multiplayer experience resembling GTA Online. Rim. First announced in 2013 under the working title Echoes of Sirens, Rim has certainly been through the development treadmill, swapping from Xbox to PlayStation development before surfing last year under a new publisher. A single-player puzzle adventure following a young boy stranded on a mysterious island, Rim has a lovely visual style and a minimalist approach to storytelling. Just like every other episode, let's have a look at today's top gadgets. HP Stream 14. The inexpensive HP Stream 14 is an attractive lightweight 14-inch Windows laptop with a long battery life and performance good enough for basic productivity and streaming media. Plenty of expansion ports includes 1 TB of OneDrive cloud storage and Office 365 personnel for 1 year, but partly onboard storage capacity. The screen quality isn't very good. The keyboard as well as the touchpad are merely passable. With the Stream 14, HP once again shows that a Windows laptop for email and online apps can be attractive and inexpensive. Google Home. Both widely intelligent and supremely versatile in ways it was built, it can be used. Google Home is farther along in its first week than Amazon Echo was in its first 6 months. It still has ways to go to catch up, starting perhaps with better integration with Google's own services, but has real potential to one day be the smartphone command center Google wants it to be. Samsung Galaxy S8. The phone has a 5.8-inch Quad HD Infinity AMOLED display, a 4GB RAM, 64GB storage, supports microSD up to 256GB, runs in 3000 mAh battery with wireless and fast charging. The rear camera is a 12 megapixels with f1.7 aperture and a dual pixel sensor, and the front camera is a 8 megapixels with f1.7 aperture and autofocus. The phone has an iris and fingerprint scanner. The phone runs on Android 7 Nougat and also has a Google Assistant. Canon EOS M3. Experience the powerful, responsive performance of a DSLR combined with the portability of a compact camera using the mirrorless EOS camera and a 15 to 45mm wide-angle zoom lens kit. Easily captures everything in a superb quality, from dramatic landscapes to portraits and beautiful background blur. The optical image stabilizer on the lens keeps pictures sharp and ensures smooth focusing in EOS movies. Captures fast actions at a 4.2 FPS and share your creations via Wi-Fi. Stress block. Are you a fidgeter, a nail biter, maybe a hair twirler, a toe tapper? Get yourself a stress block. It's a convenient anxiety-busting toy that features a different fidget-friendly activity on one side, like clicky buttons, a rotating joystick, a rocker switch, and lots more. After the top gadgets, let's see which apps and games that were downloaded mostly by our users. Currency. Currency is an extremely simple currency converter for the iPhone. Simple swipe to your right to clear screen and swipe down to change your currency. Currencies from 188 countries are available. You can see historical graphics to their changes. OK Golf. OK Golf is a very simple golf game where you swipe back to the screen to hit the ball, and your goal is a navigation, the course and reach the hole at the end, and a few turns as possible. Stagehand. Stagehand is a platforming game where instead of controlling the player, you control platforms, raise or lower the platforms for the player to automatically jump on. Fail to do so in time and it's game over. Touch Retouch. Touch Retouch brings the ability to remove unwanted objects from images from desktops, editing apps to the mobile. You can now remove objects from images with smart content-aware editing that fills in the details, and all you have to do is swipe your finger on the portion you have to remove and hit go. You can also use the lasso to remove objects more precisely. Oxenfree. Oxenfree is a critically acclaimed supernatural thriller about a group of friends who unwittingly open a ghostly rift. The game features a multiple-choice conversation system, and based upon what you say, you affect the course and outcome of the game. The game features artwork from a Disney Illuminous, music from the composer of Sword and Swarovski soundtrack, and voice casts from games such as Wolf Among Us, Tales from the Borderlands, Walking Dead, and much more. Taking images of your screen in Windows 10 doesn't have to be clunky. You can use the built-in features to take faster and more precise screenshots. It would seem taking screenshots in Windows is simple. There's a button dedicated to this on almost every keyboard called Print Screen Key. Pressing this key captures the entire screen or multiple screens if you have more than one monitor, and it copies it to the clipboard. While this method works, it's the old school way. There are easier and faster ways to grab your screen in Windows. Here's how. A new screen capture hotkey combination was introduced with Windows 10. Holding the Windows key and pressing it, the Print Screen button will instantly save your screenshots as an image. You can find the screenshot captures under the PC Pictures screenshot. The problem is still that it captures the entire display, including a second screen if you have one. If you want to capture just a single window without everything else, hold +Alt or pressing the Print Screen button. This captures just the current active window. Sadly, with this hotkey you still need to paste the capture in the Paint to save. But of course there is a way to work around it. If you use Microsoft's OneDrive, which comes pre-installed, you can opt to have all screens captured saved to your cloud storage automatically. In OneDrive, you can find this under Settings, Auto Save, and then check the box besides Automatically Saved Screenshots. Capture to OneDrive, you can find all the screen captures under OneDrive/Pictures/Screenshots. Windows also comes with a fairly robust screen capture tool installed. It's called the Snipping tool, and it's your best bet if you need more precise screen captures. Click the Start button, start typing Snipping tool, and click on the app to open it. With Snipping tool, you can capture an active Windows entire screen, precise rectangles, or use a free-form select tool. You can capture screenshots on a delay and annotate them within a snipping tool as well. Just click Save and you're finished to explore the capture. When we first caught a glimpse of the Sony's Xperia branded projector concept at last year's Mobile World Congress, the company didn't have many details to share. A whole year later, Sony finally has an actual name and launch date for its Xperia Touch. And it's part of smart speaker, part of projector, and part virtual Android tablet. Over the past couple of years, Sony has shown off a number of experimental products designed for the home. Now though, one of them is actually going on sale. The newly christened Xperia Touch, an Android project that runs any surface into touchscreen. Unveiled at MWC 2017, the Xperia Touch is meant to be more than just a projector. The Sony, hoping it will act as a digital hub for families. The company has created its own user interface for the Touch, which puts a bunch of information in one place, including calendar events, real-time weather data, and memo board anyone can doodle on. You can also access Skype video chat from this screen, or leave video notes for other members of your family. As well as this digital pinboard functionality, the Touch can do anything you'd expect an Android tablet to do. You can browse the web, watch videos or slideshows, and download apps and games from the Google Play Store. It also works with the PS4's Remote Play feature, meaning you can use it to game over the internet or if someone else is using the TV attached to your console. The Touch uses Sony's SXRD projection display technology and detects users' gestures and taps using a combination of infrared sensors and a regular 60 FPS camera. It's going on sale in Europe sometime this spring and has suggested a retail price of €1,499. Well viewers, it's that time where we've come to the end of the programme. But don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at IQRA Bangla. Subscribe our IQRA Bangla YouTube channel to watch all your favourite programmes of IQRA Bangla. We will see you again next week with more updates. Keep watching IQRA Bangla. Assalamu alaikum.